Morning Drive.
Oh my gosh, this is incredible.
I'm cool. Hey, you kids, let's get down. Get funky.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Love listening to you on my way into work. And
All right, we get the point. We're more worried about breakfast right now, okay?
the fans are delirious.
Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. Channel 90.
Get it all over yourself, boys and girls. Here you go.
Now, the Morning Drive with Mike Bagley and Pete Pistone.
Sirius XM NASCAR Radio Channel 90, live and on the air for this Friday morning, January 20th, 2023. Mike Bagley here in the worldwide headquarters of the Motor Racing Network and Racing Electronics in Concord, North Carolina. We've got Pistol Pete Pistone in the Paisan Palace in Chicago. We've got Sammy and Henry in Studio 134 of the Beltway Bureau in Washington, D.C. We welcome each and every one of you to this Friday morning, and happy end of the work week to you, Triple P.
Good morning, Bagman. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday to one and all. Indeed, the checkered flag is in the air for the week here on TMD as we launch into NASCAR Hall of Fame activities tonight. And another weekend of football and some other things as we count down to the start of the season. And there you are, down there again in the Queen City. Do you have voting rights? You've been there a lot this week, pal.
I have been. I've been here since Sunday, and this has been a fun week. With the way that race weekend schedules have changed, basically the social element at night is much more minimized because late starts, getting back to the hotel late, you don't have a chance to go out and grab dinner with folks. This has been the perfect opportunity to connect with people and see people away from the racetrack, because even when you're at the track and you're visiting with people, hey, I got to go do qualifying, got practice, got to get out the turn, got pre-racers coming up. This is a chance to visit with people, although, and now like tonight, there will be a chuckle or two tonight. All the people that we interact with always have writing on their clothing. Well, now tonight, we're going to get gussied up, and I probably won't recognize half these people because they don't have their logoed shirts and apparel on. It's like small things like that. But been fun. Been visiting with a lot of folks, and been a fun time. Been a fun week down here this week.
Well, my experience of the many times that I'm in Charlotte is you might as well be at the racetrack, because when you go out to dinner or a store, right, you see people from the sport when you're out, because obviously that's the hub of the sport. So that's that another little element of being down there in Charlotte, as long as you have been this week, right?
Exactly. And, we had some internal meetings and things, inside the MRN realm. And then for instance, when I get done today, going to have lunch with someone else. And then we get done with that and then head downtown, uptown, over there, whatever we're calling it.
Yeah, we know where you're going, right? Right.
We're going uptown.
All right.
And then we'll do the Hall of Fame induction ceremony tonight. So we'll all convene. Yeah. We'll break bread. And then we will have our 13th class of the NASCAR Hall of Fame inducted tonight in Uptown Charlotte.
Hard to believe. It's funny. Last night I sat down when we got done with work and we had a little dinner, nothing fancy, and I turned on the television and I went to the Apple TV. So we stream upstairs through Apple TV, any of our streaming services. And sure enough, it's like, what the heck? It's not recognizing the Apple TV. Here we go, right? Just wanted to relax. Well, it turned out the cleaning crew, when they were here, must have pulled the little box and then they unhooked the HDMI cable behind it. No big deal. Plugged it right back in, fired right back up.
What, are they cleaning the jacks behind the TVs?
I'm telling you, they were down there. It's like they even cleaned the peephole of the door. I mean, my God, they did a job. Good Lord.
Like a Q-tip through everything. And
yeah, I like it. And then
forget to plug it back in.
That was the thing. They didn't plug it right back in. So I plugged it back in. Everything fired back up again. And I saw, Dirt Vision. Didn't I say there was racing in Volusia yesterday down in Florida? Sure enough, fired up. Late model racing on the dirt in Florida. Racing season is here, Bagman. It's not here in NASCAR yet, but it is here. I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on there. So it's sort of nice that Michelle's like, really? We're going to start this already? That short track noise? Like, it's only January. Go, yep, get used to it, baby. I watched about 20 minutes of that.
Speaking of racing season is here, for those of us that don't live in the Charlotte area, we always kind of chuckle when we hear about Charlotte people complaining about Charlotte traffic. 77, it's for years, right?
Yeah,
been going on for years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have been able to experience this firsthand.
Not good.
And I would like to provide some analysis on this situation.
Get me out of here, right?
Okay, so everywhere you go, everywhere you live, that area has a reputation of something. And in this case, traffic, right? Charlotte people, you got tough sledding. I get it, but you're not Atlanta, right? You're not D.C., you're not Philadelphia, you're not, big major metropolitan city. Everybody has their own challenges. However, there are what I believe some unique challenges to this part of the country and in this area. So let me paint the picture for you. So as you go 85 south, like you're going to the airport or going to 77, so you got about 3 or 4 different agendas going on. I mean, I almost got wadded up a couple days ago, and I'm minding my own business. So, once you get by Bruton Smith Boulevard, Concord Mills Parkway, that exit, and you're going south, the thing widens out, right? Then you got 485, then you got 3 or 4 lanes, whatever, that go off to the right. So in the far left, you've got people that are trying to qualify for the front row of the Daytona 500, okay? You've got, that's the Autobahn lane. So then you come a lane to the right, and the lane to the right of that, so this, the 3 left lanes, you've got people that are moving at a brisker pace. Then, as you work your way over to the right, that's when the speed starts to trail off, and that's where you get the folks that are maybe 5 or 10 miles an hour slower than those that are thundering by to their driver's left.
Move over flag.
So as you get closer to 77, and I was doing this in the rain the other day, so you're setting up to do, because when you exit off of 85 to go into 77, it's a quick split. If you exit off 85 and you're in the 77 left lane, it'll spin you around and send you downtown, uptown. And then if you stay in the right lane, it'll send you out towards Huntersville and all that stuff, and you go out towards Lake Norman. So you got to do a jump over and then get ready to do a U-turn right quick. And it's a very sharp U-turn, which then has 2 lanes that quickly yield to 1, and then you get on 77, and then you get to Brookshire Parkway, 277, all that stuff.
Yep.
So you have the people that are, again, in pole qualifying trim trying to then hush. Then you have those getting down in and mixing in with the people that are about 10 to 15 miles an hour slower. Then you have the tractor trailers that are going 15 miles an hour in a 65, right? So you have all this coming together, and you're trying to navigate all this while my man about 20 car lengths back is coming to life and is trying to zigzag through all these people. You got moms that's getting scared, and she's locking it down. And then as she's locking it down, you're trying to get it locked down, and you're getting all twisted up, and you're getting run over from behind. You're trying to get in the right lane to do the U-turn. You had about 6 different things all converging together, and you're just trying not to get killed, basically is what this boils down to. I don't know how you all do it down here because, Sammy, you give Maryland drivers grief, and partially rightfully so. Maryland drivers can be a little chaotic at times. D.C. drivers aren't necessarily, the golden examples of
this whole area is
good
terrible.
driving.
I am not saying that we are good. I'm just saying y'all are terrible.
Well, Maryland does have its challenges, but
Plenty of them.
they have them here. But I think some of their traffic problems are self-induced with the way they drive. And then you had moms who was in the left lane, like we're going down W.T. Harris Boulevard. She's in the left lane. I need to go over here, and does a 4-lane right swing in front of everybody. No blinker, no nothing. Just hangs a right and bam, almost takes us all out.
You can
Good
plan
Lord.
and you can aggressive drivers, I feel like this guy's gonna cut me off, this guy's gonna zoom past me. With people who are like la-di-da-di-da behind the wheel, which I think maybe that's up here, it's aggressive driving. I think down there it's
Right.
more la-di-da-di-da behind the wheel.
It is.
And those people are way more dangerous because, like you said, you just never know when all of a sudden some lady or someone doesn't matter who it is, can come from the fourth to the right lane all the way to the left lane in 2 seconds, and you're just getting run off the side of the road. Those are the more dangerous people to me. Rolling chicanes.
You got all this that's put together, and you're just trying to live. Basically, you're trying to get through all this.
It's like Mario Kart meets Frogger, basically, is what you're dealing with down there. See, we don't have that issue here in Chicago because we are so congested, we can't get that much speed up on the highway.
You can't get up to speed.
Don't have to worry about it. I mean, we're all just jammed up from the start to the finish. That's basically us around here.
But I would rather not get up to speed and just roll at 25 miles an hour.
Instead of just sitting there.
Then do this. Well, no, then do this like we're going to go 40 and then slam on our brakes and I have to worry about the guy behind me texting and not paying a lick of attention.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I understand that the semi drivers have, they're going to leave a lot of space for themselves to stop. And then everyone thinks that, oh, well, I can just cut in front of the semi driver. And it's like, that's not what they're not inviting you. Hey, get over. They're saying, hey, I'm not trying to run people off the road if I have to brake suddenly. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I am not a tailgater. I don't tailgate. What I do is I allow space between me and the person in front of me. And so in case something happens and I got to lock it down, I'm giving myself some space if I've got to brake late to prevent from getting
It's an invitation.
collected from behind.
Invitation.
But here's the thing, though. When you do the safe distance, people see that as weakness, and then they jump in. Then they jump in front of you, and then you end up locking it down. Well, the other day, I had to jump on the binder so hard, I thought the nose of the car was going to dig up the asphalt. I mean, I had to lock it down because homie and again, we're not going anywhere. By jumping in front of me, all you had to do was slam on brake, and then the lane you were in is actually now ahead of you. So again, just think about what you're doing. But I don't know how y'all do it down here. It's out of control.
When you jam down the brakes.
Bring me back to Atlanta. Send me back to Philly driving.
Wow.
I can bring me into DC. I can function a lot better there than I can some of this. I'm telling you, these people that are running 25 miles an hour in 65, they're going to it's like they're a ramp. They are a launching ramp. And the closing rate, you want to talk about the closing rate on trucks at Daytona? Let's talk about the closing rate on these vehicles on these roads around the Charlotte area. Good Lord.
That's
Holy
Mike Bagley
cow.
with traffic. We'll have sports and weather coming up after the break.
So they had
the
a thing on the
helicopter
news.
up here, Mike Bagley.
High above the Queen City. I'm the Bagman.
I have done their news thing. I've been watching their news all week, and they have a unique way of doing news
their
and what they
news
focus
thing.
on.
Their news thing.
They do their news differently down here. But one of the things that I noticed is they've had a news story that they've been talking a lot about this week about the Charlotte area is 35th in the nation as far as worst traffic is concerned.
35th, huh?
You think
And
that's
I
bad?
think that's bad.
They've done this study, and the takeaway is that the traffic is as bad as it is because this is a very car dependent area.
Duh.
That's very true as well. Yeah.
It is. No, it is.
No,
Yeah, it is.
really.
They need more
So
public
now-
transportation. Yeah, exactly.
They are exploring the options of public transportation. Well, I got
Sure.
news for you. By the time you start exploring to if you do something to when you're able to do it, you're talking 25 years.
Maybe.
We're not even going to be here. Well,
Take it easy.
I may be here.
I plan on being here.
We won't be able to utilize it as much whenever they decide to do it.
Yeah.
You probably should have gotten your arms around this about 20 years ago.
Becky, I feel like you're taking a college visit. Does this feel like a visit, Pete? Like he's like sizing it up for a move, possibly?
No,
Is this,
no, it does not feel like that to
Are you possibly
me.
sizing up Charlotte
No.
for a move, Bagman?
No.
Why do you say that?
No.
I don't know. We just...
No. He's just been there a long
These
time.
are things
Sam.
that I observed
Been there a
because
week.
whenever we talk to people in Charlotte, they always complain about the traffic. I'm sorry.
Well,
you think
it's
you
bad.
got traffic.
Yeah,
So
right.
as I'm riding around and I've been all over the place, I've had a tendency to notice these things, and I've watched the news, see what's going on around the area. I like to know what's going on in the area that I'm in, considering I've been here for almost a week.
Yeah, you've been there a long time.
No, I'm not sizing. I'm not moving to Charlotte. Don't even start that nonsense.
Lovely city. It's really interesting, though, for me because honestly, you got a connection to Charlotte probably longer than I care to admit because when my uncle picked up stakes with his family and moved down there, I was just a little kid, it was nothing remotely like what it is now. I mean, we went to visit and we were like, this is like the Boondocks, right? This is just small town America. Basically, that's how it felt. And it has grown so quickly. As a matter of fact, yesterday, Major League Baseball is looking to expand to a couple of markets, and Charlotte is on that list of possibly getting a Major League Baseball team. Nashville's on that list. Portland's on that list. That's how fast it's. When they got the Hornets, that was the first professional sports team there. That was a big deal. And Felix Sabatis was involved with that. Then they got a football team with the Panthers, and it just
By the way,
keeps
they're
growing
in
and
Dutch,
growing and growing.
The NFL.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Panthers are in. No, they
Yeah.
got problems down here.
Yeah, of course they have problems, But the point is, it's a giant city now, way in comparison to back when I first went down there with my family. It's like night and day. It really is. But it is the hub of NASCAR still. That's interesting. I mean, really, we used to go down where my uncle lived, and, they moved once, I think. We were like, my dad was like, where in the hell are we going? I mean, where does he live? It's like so far. And now, because of all the roads that have been, updated and things like that, traffic beside, it's amazing. It's a big city. So I wonder if they'll get a baseball team. We'll see. The Charlotte Knights.
They already
I don't
have.
know where they put them.
already have one. They got
they
a
have minor
AAA
league.
team.
Yeah, that's AAA. And the Charlotte Knights, that stadium is really nice. I mean, I don't know if they would upgrade that to major league capacity if they'd build a new one if they got the team, but it would be interesting to see a baseball team down there. Sure.
We had lunch in Kannapolis yesterday, and matter of fact, it was right by the Kannapolis Cannonballers, I believe, that stadium.
Yep.
But even downtown Kannapolis, like they're building townhouses around the stadium, and you would not recognize Kannapolis. I've not been here for like 4 or 5 years to Kannapolis. I didn't even recognize it. Like, what are y'all doing?
I've been up there a long time.
They've come to the max capacity of building up Charlotte now. It's like they're starting to build up Concord, and they're like building outward type
south, like the Fort Mill, South Carolina, and all that. That's considered like the Charlotte Metroplex, basically.
Rock
right?
Hill and all that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you'll have no other traffic issues. Well, you're coming back tomorrow, right? Are you going back home tomorrow after tonight's stuff? Or are you staying tomorrow too?
When I get done up here, I'm going downtown. We're going to stay downtown, do the Hall of Fame. Then I'm wheels up at 7:30 tomorrow morning. I'm back in Philly at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning Eastern time.
Wow, look at you go! All right, do you know what you're heading back to? We're just cold here in Chicago. Thankfully, no snow. I know a lot of you out there are dealing with some bad winter weather again. Anything that you know that you're going back home to? Just cold?
You know what? I had not even actually checked it, but I'm checking it right now. Stand by. Let's go into Uncle Baggy's Weather Center. What we got?
Big football game this weekend. Obviously, Giants and Eagles too, right?
Yeah, that's Sunday night. Give the Eagles fans a chance to get tanked up all day. That'll be good.
Tanked up?
Going back to mid-40s for the highs and
It's not bad.
30 for the low. So it's
All right.
normal winter, but at least we got no snow. So
No snow. Yeah, no
we
snow.
could have a snowless winter in
That's
the
amazing.
Delmarva area.
That's amazing. I'm not counting my chickens here before they're hatched because you know how that goes. Opening day rolls around and we're throwing snowballs at one another at Wrigley Field. So you never know. Just one day less is how my dad used to say it. One day less of snow, we'll take it. And we've had that here in Chicago this winter.
Well, the first hatching of news chickens will take place at the bottom of the hour. I'll give you headline check number 1 coming up. Coming up at the top of the hour, 8 a.m. in the East, we'll visit with the executive director of the NASCAR Hall of Fame, one Winston R. Kelly will join us as they've gotten everything all buttoned up and ready for us tonight for the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Coming up around 8:50 this morning, we'll give you the calendar and the drum. Coming up at 9, we'll check in with Greg Stucker of Goodyear. We tested tires at COTA earlier this week. We'll see how that went, see what the plan is going forward, see where Goodyear is as we get ready to head to the Clash 2 weeks from Sunday as far as the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum. We'll also check in with Jamie Little of NASCAR on Fox. She'll join us at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time this morning. We'll take your telephone calls at 866-PIT-LANE, and we'll also take your tweets at SiriusXM NASCAR, hashtag TMD NASCAR. TMD brought to you in part by our friends at Steven Singer Jewelers. Get ready. The moment you've been waiting for is finally here. Steven Singer is releasing his brand new rose color for 2023. Are you ready? Meet Perry. That's right. Steven's newest addition to the 24-karat gold dip rose family is Perry. Periwinkle, that is. Picture it, a real long-stem American Beauty rose dipped and trimmed in pure 24-karat gold with purple blue petals. Periwinkle is a beautiful shade of indigo, which is the perfect blend of violet and blue. The color will take her breath away this Valentine's Day. Wow, this color pops. And it's the perfect addition to any collection. All Steven's roses are deeply and lavishly dipped in pure 24-karat gold. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com. Do it today and get your Steven Singer 24-karat gold dip periwinkle rose. The new rose sells out fast, so get yours before they're gone. Exclusively and only available at Steven Singer Jewelers. It's the #1 gift for Valentine's Day. Steven's famous gold dip roses start at just $59 and all come with this free lifetime guarantee. Fast and free shipping. Real jewelers, real roses in real 24-karat gold for your real love. Only and exclusively available at IHateStevenSinger.com.